Welcome to Steel Division 2 Noob Practice. And as usual, we're off. So we have today the 78th Sturm, the German side, and on the Russians we have the 97th Gvard Strelkovy. Can never get that word right. Basically a tank guard division. Now, two things. If noob practice was needed, this is it for me, because I hate this map. I cannot get to grips with this map at all. And the 78th Storm is, despite everybody liking it, it's not one of my favourites. It's not my kind of division. So, I find the right hand side here, I just find it difficult to deal with. I don't know what I should be doing there. The left I can understand. Over the bridges, grab the towns, big open area here, shoot up and down, grab the flags. But this right hand side, I just can't get to grips with this at all. And I feel I can never get up to these flags quick enough. I might be wrong. Tell me what you think. Do you feel the same? He was just on the wrong side of the road there. Missed all of those. Again, I don't play this map often because I don't like it, So I need to get to grips with this map and what I need to put where. Now, I expected them to have more tanks than they had. Now you're up on this edge here, but you get a bit coverage up here, but the lines of sight over here are so weird, all over the place. So I just find them difficult. There's Panzerschreck goes down. Not a thing done with him. So that was a shame. Now this is open. They've grabbed a flag. They've got a lead, and they had a lead, quite a big lead at one point for quite a while. So yeah, I just felt this was such. So here we go. They're coming in. IS-1 Komrotti T-34-76. I've got these 28mm Panzerbusch. Now, I believe they have APCR shells, 28mm, so they can knock these out, but yeah, 1,000 meters before they see them, and they just bounce off of this thing. Yeah, I've got quite a few of these dotted around. There's another one coming up here. I did bring up a Pack 40 at one point to try and help out over here. So, try and get them from the side. But again, line of sights, you've really got to kind of put them out in the open to have any effect. So they're coming down, taking these flags here. I've got my Pack 40. I put a Pack 40 over here because it's longer ranges, with a MG to cover them, with a Führer just to upvet them. So I've grabbed this flag. I've got the town holding them back there. You get these wee Panzer T-26s, obviously no good against tanks, quite good against infantry. I was covering this gap down here, a bit of a bottleneck, but nothing came down. Certainly they all came popping down here. Here's my Pack 40 coming in to try and get over here and get some side shots. You do get a bit view on parts of this road from up here, but again, like I said, I'm never 100% just quite how to approach this map. And it gets messy. It gets real messy later on, and I'm much more reacting than to them than them reacting to me. I never know which part is the best to push for. I still don't, to be honest. I mean, these flags I've lost, 15 to 9 already, because I've lost 3 flags here. Um, yeah, lost for words. So, I did get the 70 T-34 76 with the Panzerbusch. This is just going to bounce off of this thing. So he's got to try and pull him back because he's just getting shot up. They're not coming up this way, so I've managed to stop any assault from that way. Also here, but as soon as you get close enough, you can't see them anymore. So you really got to stop them back here. So that was the reason for the IG and there's this Panzerbusch thing. So you can see the lines of sight. It's very messy. This Pack 40 is still not far enough up, but yeah, I do move them up quite soon. Bavarings, these are just cheap infantry. I'm just trying to bring them round here. Maybe get this flag back. So holding the town quite, I put my big lights in here. Got a Stug coming in. Got my wee T26 as well, just to back up for infantry. And the Stug was if any T34s came, which there is one back here. And these were covering the flanks. My G. Again, it's just that the lines of sights. I mean, to get him, I'd have to start pushing them out, and they start getting out in the open, and then they just get shot at by everyone. It's IS-1. Yeah, I did move back my, what do you call them? Panzerbusch. But it's just a wee 28mm. He's slowly, moving up, but again, the lines of sight are horrendous. So knowing where to put stuff, I'm not familiar enough with this map to know that. So yeah. But certainly this is throughout the game this was more contested over here. We got a bit of a push in the centre and a bit down here, but I was always reacting to stuff over here, always. But you will see by the end of the game the amount of damage done on both sides, and I was quite surprised, to be honest. So there's my Pack 40 now, getting shots in now at the IS-1, but again, Pack 40 against IS-1 at that range. So yeah, I was now, double teaming him here, and even at that, even shooting at him from the back, shooting at him from behind, I'm not killing him. He's hitting him from the front, he's hitting him from the back. Still alive. Brought the Panzerschreck in to here, hoping he would maybe come down. Everything else is still a bit of a standoff, so starting to move stuff down here now. Let's see if this does anything. Hey, Panzerschreck did the business. Now we've got the anti-aircraft, got to take them apart. Got a transmission damage, but you've no idea. I think that was the Stug, to be honest. So I've got the Stug. I had the he took out my gun in here. I brought this other one over to see if that could do. Here we go, munitions. Oh. So this thing was just tanking everything, and I've got nothing really else. I've got no Pack 43s till C card. ABC phase. I think I get a Nashorns in B, but I mean that's that's a glass cannon, that thing. So he did start moving in. I went, oh thank God, and I thought he's going to die. I know he's going to kill him, but he didn't. We got that one. So the gods finally smiled, looked down on us. Now I think the 76 takes my Stug. How crappy is that? Look at that. Yeah. I mean, these are 50 men squads, so reasonably effective at this distance against Gvardia. You can see that. You know, they're doing quite well. But they've no real anti-tank or anything. Now the T-3476 is joining in. Nothing else much happening. I'm surprised he hasn't moved down actually. I'm quite happy to leave him sitting there. I think I knew he was there. I wasn't wanting to go up because I knew he'd just start shooting at me the second I tried to move up. So I'd rather they came into the town where I could deal with them. So bringing more infantry in to try and dot them in and around here. There's these guys coming down. I lose a couple here, so that was a bit unfortunate. They're jumping out. No, they were jumping out their trucks, so not so bad. So my wee T-36. Yeah, again, these are quite good against infantry, so just don't let them get in sight of a tank. So too many guys here taking out the Bavarians. I want to keep him hidden. He might get spotted soon, and so that's my T-26. But yeah, he's been spotted now because they move forward with their dozers, try and get him away. He's my only hope down here at the moment. And these guys, although they say anti-tank, it's actually a grenade. Yeah, this is a grenade they have. So you gotta get right up to them. So here's my two Stugs coming in to replace the one that died. And try and take on this 36. Which they should do easily, but you know, the RNG gods weren't with me. There's a Saperi now coming in here. You know, there we go, dead. And then they'll just kill him. So yeah, you know, come into town, I'll deal with you. I'm not coming out, and I'll hold the flag that way. They took out my infantry and stuff up here. There's a T-34-85, but it was a trade Stug for a T-34-85. That's okay, I'll take that. We've managed to... We did take out the 76, so they've lost their armour here, and I've still got a Stug. And we're starting to pin them down. So I'm going to start moving up. If I can surrender them, all the better. I've just got these guys to deal with at the back. So getting a bit of another push here. They've got the Saperi have come in. Though the big lights are doing really well at distance. If you want to pin them down, if they stay there any longer they'll die. But here we have a bit of a push. Now these guys can't see over there. I've pushed up here to take this flag, moved them out over the open. Couple of Stugs again just to cover off in case they try any T-34-76s. So we took that one out that was there. I'm now getting this SG-43, very effective these things. I think they're even better than a MG-42. Bringing in a mortar just to try and take out some of these things back here. And here are my Nebelwerfers. I also have some fighters. They kept flying a recon around, so I brought the fighter in to deal with that. Now these Nebelwerfers, ideally, they're for their IS-2s because I know they get IS-2s. Um, I've got Pack 43s, but you know, I don't have a huge amount of faith in them. I mean, I'll use them when I do use them. But it's either I've got Ju-88s, so it's either bombers or Nebelwerfers that I want to hopefully kill any IS-2s if they turn up. Getting hit as usual by their mortars. Now, I wasn't so bad in this particular battle. Their mortar fire, sometimes it can be quite horrendous. And here's the first of the IL-2s. So I started getting quite a few of them coming in. So that's why I had a card of G6R6. Now they came in the A phase. We get quite a few of them actually. Can't remember, it's 4 or 6 or something. But these things are a beast. They can. I mean, it didn't get long to get onto him before. I was a bit late calling him in, so he did get away. But these things can shoot stuff down. They really can. Now they had next to no anti-air, so I got to fly around quite a lot in this particular battle. Thank goodness. And I relied on my fighters predominantly to do my anti-air. So normally I tried to keep an eye on them as much as possible and evac them once they were, finished doing what they were doing. So this was my first one I brought out, and that's when I thought, right. I noticed he was flying around. Thought, don't do that. Make sure you evac them. Send them back. It's because they'll be repaired and ready. They won't be damaged, and they'll be back out pretty quick. Got a push here now. So I only had a couple infantry here. I've got this wee silly thing. So and it's really short lines, really close lines of sight. So he just has to come up here, then he has to kill him pretty quick. So I'm pushing for this flag here. Obviously didn't know what was going on here. These their Avtomachikis were quite effective, and I know they're close range troops, so I really wasn't wanting to bump into them in the woods itself. If I found them in the woods, I would come back out. I would rather have a 10-man squad shooting at them from a distance that they couldn't reach as effectively. Bit like these guys here, after Machiki. It's one guys, but they've got the longer range. Look at this. They're taking them out from here. So I didn't realise where they are. So see, they're much more effective at range, even if they're out in the open against Avtomachiki. So we're still secure here. They've replaced a new Gvardia unit over there. They've brought in 122 mils. Now that's me. I've resupplied this. He's moved it up, and he's had a fight with a Stug, which is now a gun jam. So that's as good as useless. So I'm going to have to pull him back, which I do, and replace him with something else. So he's served his purpose, but he's finished now. Again, Brigade Grenadiers at a distance against Avtomachiki, and they should win. Yep, see, they'll take them down. So just don't meet these guys in a forest. Stand back, and these are my. Oh, lost one there to the PTR. Oh, I lost two, even worse. These are my MP44 guys. They seem to take a long time to deal with him. Just holding back their Strathniki, who are, you know, good troops, but they're just hiding down here. Now they're taking in the Sturm shoots in. I think I was dealing with this at the time. So just my one big light. Here's a T-34 85. Got my Pack 40. Stug's covering these guys. I think these guys are, where are they going? They're going up here. Yeah. So much for me vacuum, flying around. I did get better as we went on. So my big lights went down. These ones are taking a beating. They should do fine there from that distance. Doing a bit of a push over here. Now he was actually to cover to the right, but he's got line of sight there as well. Actually, I had to move him back because he was getting shot at, I think, when they brought their tanks in. Using my JU 188s. Did I say 88s earlier? 188s. So I think they're 500-pound bombs. I tried to Nebelware for this, but he moved. For I think, did he? Oh yeah, he did. So I kept having to re-target. So I've bombed him. I've Nebelwerfed him. He's still there. Fallen back, but he's still there. So that was the first. Here's my other ones. They're in a separate control group. I was going after his 122 because they'd been taking pot shots at me throughout up until now, so I've dealt with that one. Now, well, you can see I reload them and then move. So that's a good habit I've got into now. There you go, I'm loading these ones up and they'll be on the move. Now they'll come in with their own ammunition, which saves on the amount of supply trucks you have to have in your cards. Here's another T-34-76. This is obviously no good to me whatsoever. I've sent this Stuka down there to help those guys out, but I've got another one coming in for this. Fortunately he just stopped there. So I'd lost my Panzer Bush, and there's my gun jam. He's heading back because I saw him. I went, oh god, yeah. And fortunately he went off on a walkabout around there. There are IL-2. There's another fighter going in to get him. This, there we go. They shoot them down quite quick. And there you go. That's them going back. I've sent them back. So these are now all unloaded again. So yeah, it's I just feel so messy coming in here. I just feel you're constantly sending troops to different flags, and they're coming at you from different areas. And it's, I mean, it's if it was heavily forest like this, I wouldn't maybe mind so much. But because all the foresty bits are kind of spread about. Oh, sorry, I had to deal with something there. Yeah, because they're all kind of spread about. You've got big open lines of sight through between things. This IS-2's now, he's wandered his way down here. So here's the Nebelwerfers. I think I targeted him, but I didn't realise he was going to keep moving. So that was unfortunate. Now he goes off in one of the weird walkabouts he does. Here's another one coming in. So we've managed to stop them coming in here, kind of holding them back here a bit. We've got them down to 1311 now. I'm bringing troops in here to capture this flag. I've got troops here. They'll be popping out in a minute to do that because these have all just arrived. My Stooks weren't doing as well as I'd hoped. Yeah, look at this guy. He's going around the side of this river. Yeah, he's weird. Whether I'd have got them close enough to throw a grenade, I don't know. That was me putting smoke down because I thought he was going to stop here, so I wanted to smoke him off and maybe get him to come in closer so I could then try and hit him with my Pak 40 at a closer range. Now I can see over there, but there is a little slither and he's going to slither along it. Look at that, he's just sneaking along there out of us, yeah. Sneaky. So these troops are now pushing up here to reinforce these guys. I keep trying to push over here. Here's a Nebelwerfer coming in again. I got their combat, that was good. There's another 122 down. So I'm doing well hitting their artillery. The Pak 43's coming in now. Try and deal with these IS-2s. There's one IS-2 went right down in the town. And that went down to the Panzerschreck. He's trying to push it down through the town. Silly man. Silly AI. Yeah, MG. It's not a fair match, is it? And again, line of sights here are a bit odd. I was going to bring him here, but he'd been out in the open, so I'm trying to bring him and sneak him around this way. I've got one over here. I want to try and flank them from either sides if possible. T-34-85 goes down again. So yeah, they can keep coming in here as much as they like. Mind you, I will run out of shells eventually. So we've got a bit of a ding dong going on here. Strathniki up against big lights. They should surrender. Had to kill them by the looks of it. My Stug. It's got a Pak 40 covering the road. Here we go. Here's IS number 2. We're going to bomb them. There we go. 2 bombs. Took care of them. Here's another one. So, in all honesty, their IS-2s were just more scary than actually killing things. Their T-34s were quite. Look at this. Look at all the troops coming down here now. Yeah, he took a lot of shots to kill him. Got my IG-18. gets a bit risky over here later on. After my cheekies. Yeah, I'm a bit reluctant to go after him. I mean, I could. I've got 3, but I would possibly lose 2 of them. So my new other Stug is here now to replace, to catch anything coming up that way for the town. There's my Neverwerfers coming in here. I think it was just because I saw a concentration of troops, so we took them out. So it was surrendered 1. There's another Avtomachiki. So again, I'd rather be out, take them on, than be in there fighting them. The Beglights, see, the Beglights just wipe them out. So don't take on Avtomachiki in the woods if you can help it. I've lost my Pack 40. My Pack 43 here is now right in the front line. This IG hadn't been shooting at anyone, so I had to tell him to shoot at that. He didn't do it automatically. I think I then brought my mortar in on it as well. Repositioning my Neverwerfers after they've been shooting again. Same with these ones. No more tanks committing suicide down here. But they've got a fair presence over here now, like I mentioned earlier. You'll notice I'm keeping these ones at the back of the forest because they capture the flag and they just don't get shot at with things like snipers and things back here, so that they can survive here a lot longer. Harder to take out. There's a tank now taking on my IG. IG does have heat shells, but he's used them all up, so a bit of a problem there. There are Pack 43, some infantry. I think these are for up here. Schutzen, I think, were for over here. Yeah, IG's gone down. So I could have done with a tank or 2 over here. Are they going to make it? I don't know where they were going. Yeah, it's a bit. That's this, move and they don't get out command. So that's them out. One of them out. Pack 43 firing HE at these guys. They're sneaking down here. So yeah, these infantry came in to stop any more attacks. Well, because my Pack 43 had to move way back. That's why these aren't getting knocked out at the moment. In fact, I thought I'd lost it. That's why I brought another one in. I think at the time he'd been underneath one of the other icons here and I couldn't see it. So I'm surprised I haven't actually. Oh, Panzerschreck. So I've lost 1 already to these guys. Don't know why my Panzerschreck's moving up as he is. It's a bit of a mistake. It was a Noob mistake. Yeah. No surprise there. My Stug has moved up here. So I could see this concentration, so I'm going to start hitting it with my Neverwerfers. They get quite a lot of ammo, Neverwerfers, so I may as well use it up if I see anything worth shooting at. These are what I really wanted to be shooting at, but didn't always see them when you want to. Yeah, quite a few troops up here. Again, I didn't know there was as many at the time back there. So this Pack 43 is now moving in. He's going to try and get some eyes on up here. This shoots in right here for the Gvardia and Strathniki. Pack 43s hitting them, so that's quite good. My mortar as well. So he was quite handy just for this. This stops them pushing any further and suppressing them. This IS-1 now is starting to harass me about here. I've captured these flags though. I had a 15 there, but it's back to 14. So yeah, pushing these troops up here, getting back my flags, capturing it. Well, that's the one. That's why I went back down. It's been advantageous, but you can look at my tickets. Almost gone. Almost gone. So I cannot let that happen again. I've got to keep on top of this. So yeah, it's getting a bit panicky at times. Quite a few troops coming in down this way. These guys are still there. They're not dead. So yeah, it seems to be shooting at them, but it's not killing them. Right, here they come. Pack 43. Now that's 2 Pack 43s hit him. He should have been dead. He is now. You've been hit once by this. They're finally dead. See what, that should kill that. Still shooting at me. Finally. IL-2 coming in on a bombing run. Fighters coming out. He's got his bombs off. And he only pinned down the shoots in, so they're not hugely effective, these. Yes, shot down. Oh, they're quick enough to catch up now. He's getting hit now. Now again, I saw this happening. I thought, it didn't need to be much in there. It'll just maybe be one troop or something. So I brought up some shoots in just to come in here and sweep through to make sure this doesn't get any worse. Or this is this 3, so it's like an anti-tank gun, but it's got HE. It can be used as indirect fire. So yeah, he was quite annoying on this side. You know, it's just a single gun shooting at you. My Pack 40's moved him away. Following me around though. So I've got another IS-2 over here as well now. So this one had been up here for a wee while. There's my fighter going after the PE-2. And brought another one in. Shot him down. So yeah, T6R6 is very effective. So these troops are on the move with the IS-2. Stu can see him. So didn't get a hit there. It was a nice side shot I could have got as well, but didn't get it. I thought, exactly what I thought would happen. So these guys are all now going to suffer at the hands of this IS-2. And again, the Nebelwerfer was to hit it, but the IS-2 had moved. That was a shame. But it did stop him carrying on. Try to kill stuff here. See if I could get a lucky shot on him while he was falling back. But I just couldn't really see him. One of nine's going for the Cobra. An unconscious pilot. It's never a good way to fly a plane. I'm smoking, so I think I vacuum that. Don't want him getting shot down unnecessarily. My wee Pack 40 up, 43 up here on the hill is now getting hit with this ZIS-3. I wasn't too fussed about him actually. He wasn't, he wasn't killing too much. So this IS-2 now is coming along here. I do have a Pack 40, but again, they've not really got the shooter knockout. They're just hard things to kill with a Pack 40. If at all. I don't think they've got the penetration. You really need a Pack 43. No, town's still all quiet. I'm surprised they didn't push harder there actually with infantry and tanks. But this is what they seem to like this area more, that and the far side down here. But again, they've got a fair build-up of troops here now. This had been a perfect Nebelwerfer, but I couldn't see this. I didn't know. If I'd known that was there, I'd have hit them with every Nebelwerfer I could put together. Now I don't know what took my Stug down. It must have been this ZIS-2. So this IS-2 is still here. He's now shooting at my Stug. My IS-2 is still sitting up here. He's just happily bouncing everything. Yeah, fortunately I'm hanging on to these flags. I pushed up to take this flag and this one. This was a cheeky one of me. Look at all these troops. A couple of guys in here. I'm surprised they just didn't come over. This is my mortar coming in on the IS-2 just to try and do a bit of damage, maybe force it back. There's another P2 down, so every plane shot down's a bonus. After my cheeky coming in here to my Sturm shoots in. Now again, these are the guys with the the ST-244s. And the flag's back to me again, 14:10. So I'm catching them up with tickets, 12 minutes. And there's only 14 minutes remaining. It's close. Still hanging on to this flag. So yeah, I forced back that IS-2 with my mortar fire. Side 2 still up in the hill. Shot down another plane. They're doing a good job. So sometimes I don't use fighter aircraft as often as I should, but I certainly did in this game, because I just didn't bring in any anti-air. I didn't bring in any until later on, much later on. I was just relying on my fighters. So here's a Ju-188. The problem with these ones on the left here, they could get to them a lot quicker than I could get a fighter. I think I'm out of fighters at the moment, so he's getting a free pass. He was coming in on the SG, I think. Yep, because he was really taking my shoots in apart. No anti-air on his side either, so I was quite relieved about that as well. Normally we have these AAA Maxim things, but not in this 79th or 97th, I should say. There's a Cobra. I don't know if you saw the terrible news at the the Dallas Air Show. Ah, terrible news. The Cobra that ran into the Super Flying Fortress B-17. Damn tragedy that. So here we go. Shoots are now coming in to reinforce because I've lost this flag. If I take it back, it'll go to 15. I'm hanging on to this one. I've lost that one. I've got to get guys up and get some presence back in. These guys are getting taken apart now. So I'll drop to 12-12 in a minute. This T-34 has finally decided to come over here. He's got fed up. Where's he going? Oh, he's going back the way. He's maybe coming up here. Still on the hill. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he ran out of ammo. He's maybe going to meet up with this. It's one thing YS2s, they do run out, especially HE, they run out of that quite quick. There's not many shells, I don't know, 8 or 9 shells or something, it's quite low. Got a Pak 43 up here on the hill. Again, however, you know, I can just about reach that hill, can't quite reach that SU. Well, he's coming round this way, that's what he's doing. And Studebaker's following him. So I've pushed up here, a couple of times I came up here actually. Yeah, he might come into range. Oh, he should do now. Shoot him. Oh, he did. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. So it was worth just having him there and waiting. So I saw this line had moved back, so I thought, well, that tank can't be there anymore. So I moved forward. Take my troops up, Stug's supporting them, and I'm heading for this flag. It's 12. I see, it's back to 12-12. Another one of their planes down. So yeah, these fighters doing really well. Yeah, they just got pushed, overextended here. So, and again, I didn't really notice that these guys were going as far. I was over here a lot. Because I was trying to get these flags back. 13-11 now. Got that flag back. Need to get this and that if I can, or that one even. So still on the hill. You see, you can't see into the town, can't see in there, so my Stug and everything's quite safe. I put them in the back garden specifically, just to make sure that they were difficult to see, and then I would move them out if if something came around, or try and ambush anything, and my Panther Shreks in there for anything coming down the main town. So that was quite a good little defensive area in there. Here's more PE2s coming in. Fighters, got to hunt them down. I think he came in, decided against it, and started leaving straight away. So if you can get 2 of these on these, here's another one. There we go. Yeah, see, if you get 2 of them on it, you can get them to shoot them down pretty damn quick with these G6R6s. So he's got his bombs off. I think he's going from a Panzer T26, but they'll get him hopefully. That was my infantry. Yep, there you go. Good job. So I mean, they'll be running out of planes. So more infantry coming in. I'm not sure where they're going. Maybe over here, or maybe just straight to up here. I can't remember. See in a minute. So nothing around. I just left them because I knew there was no way. I thought maybe some other planes might come in. They'd be ready. This one's slow on ammo right enough though. So yeah. So I've managed to get this flag back in this one. Yeah, these Cis-3s as artillery can be quite accurate. Oh, there we go. Cis-2 take out my T26. Now, Su-85's hitting my Stug. So I've reversed him back. There's my bomber coming in. Not sure. I think he's going for this actually. It's a bit overkill, but I didn't have anything else to kill it here. Or the infantry. They might be going for the infantry. Yeah, the infantry. Look at that. Oh! Went for both of them, just wiped that out. 500 kilogram bombs, these things. Yeah, these infantry were for here, so they'll get offloaded, and I just didn't want them pushing down here again. Whenever Werfers are getting ready to fire, might be for in here. I was thinking about pushing my guys over. These Neverwerfers are off. Bit overkill, but there we go. No, he's half damaged, or half suppressed, I should say. Now, I was trying to get up close enough to this. He's shooting over at my Stug again. Well, my Stug actually got him, which is nice. Well, Gvard here against my Sturm shoots and these guys need to get a lot closer. But we did the job. Another flag. 17-7 now. So finally ground them down. with the infantry. They could have pushed a lot harder over here. I'm surprised they didn't. That's a mistake. It's my usual mistake. Now these guys are starting. Now this is what happens when you don't move them. You see? You see? And I'd been really quite good up until now, always moving them afterwards. One time you don't. They're all loaded up. Also getting shot at, but they're all loaded up and they're all moving now. Game over. Now, I felt I was constantly reacting to their attacks throughout that game. I never felt comfortable at any point until really near the end. And when you see the stats here, I mean, it was a long battle. 6,500 to 2,005. So almost 3 to 1. But I was amazed I'd killed as much. But I obviously had. So yeah, really. Um, if you look at this as my kills here, the Stugs not doing as well as they could have. You know, they get a couple of kills. Um, Nebelwerfers they were getting. I was just using them to take out, things that were awkward. And this Pack 40, it's getting a lot of T-34s up against them. The Pack 40 is excellent. These Panzerbusch, I don't know. JU 188, I keep calling it 88s. It's a 188. IS got an IS2 and a lot of infantry. So he did a really good job. BF 109s, these G6R6s. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft. Yeah, these are so powerful. I also did a bit of strafing with it as well. Stug, he's taking out SG3s, but against tanks, I just found they weren't as good. Maybe they need to be upvetted and just have less of them. Nebelwerfer again. I got that. Well, that's a Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck. That's the one that came in the centre town. Got him as well. He came down eventually into the town. Got him as well. The Panzerschreck. 188 IS2 IS2. So these bombers will do the job. So long as you can get them in and they don't have a lot of anti-aircraft, they can certainly kill the IS2s. If they had a lot of anti-aircraft, I think you'd be struggling. It's only your Pack 43s really that could do the business then. You'd be totally dependent on them. Sturm shoots and doing really well against the Gvardia here. Again, but they have to be at the right range. Yeah, 300 meters or less. They'll do very well. Your Avtomachikis, you want to be getting them from range, and they just can't hit you back. Pack 43 is just getting infantry, a couple of, there's an IS-2. Pack 4, that was the one on the right when the IS-2 repositioned, then came down off the hill. He just popped them. So when they can get sight of them, they'll kill them, and that's it. So the Russians are 122. He was taking out my MGs, so that's why I Nebelwerf these guys. IS2s taking out my Stugs. IS2 Stugs. This Stugs. IS2 again, Stug. IS2, 2 Stugs. So yeah, they're just going around popping all the STGs, the Stugs. Their aircraft only got a big light and a Schutzen, so they didn't get too much with their aircraft. A lot of planes came out. And they only killed two infantry with them and lost them all. Well, they got a Stug with that one. That was early on. Yeah, and I was a bit slow to get my fighter out because it was the first one. After that, it was, and they have M17s. I think these are the anti-aircraft. I think. So yeah. So I have to maybe practice more, bit more new practice on this map to get a better feel for the right hand side, how best to handle that. In the beginning, I did bring in quite a few of these little Panzerbusch things to try and cover the roads and that, but they're just, you know, they're not hugely effective. And you can see that IS-1. I'm shooting it in the front with a Panzer Pack 40 and it's bouncing. And I'm shooting it up the arse with the Panzerbusch thing and it's just bouncing. You know, it was ridiculous. Um, Pack 40 behind it might have done it, but the Panzerbusch things, unless it's half tracks or armoured cars, I don't know. Maybe a T-34-76, they're able to kill them, but um, so long as there's no other infantry around, and because by the time it takes you to kill this T-34-76, enemy infantry could kill you off, you know. So anyway, another map, different divisions, the 97th Gvard, Strelkovy, and the 78th Sturm. Like I said, big favourite with a lot of people, but not one of mine. Not one of mine. I prefer the 15th. Is it the 15th Infantry and the 352nd? Uh, I'd rather have Jagdpanzers, I think. But there you go. So, hope we anything advice you can give me, I'd be gratefully accepted. Hope you learned some stuff there as well. Maybe what to do and what not to do as usual. So, thank you for watching Noob Practice. Do as I say, all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you again. Take care.